Hey guys, Michael Price from Kingdom Freedom Academy. Super excited to bring to you another very short chapter, but from a very profound book, Quantum Leap Strategy. Today's lesson is on choose a different set of risks. I'm going to get my glasses here so I can see a little better. And it starts out by saying, what do you have to lose if you risk going for the quantum leap? A quantum leap, like virtually everything else in life, involves risks. Making the jump from U to U squared, though, ordinarily feels, this is the key, feels much riskier than your routine habitual behaviors. Actually, all you're doing is taking a different chance. Don't confuse different with bigger. You can make a big jump in your performance without getting reckless. The performance breakthrough to U squared doesn't call for hazardous action on your part. Sure, the novel, unfamiliar risks make you feel more vulnerable, more exposed to trouble, but that's just a feeling, not a fact. One thing I'm going to pause here and talk about is there's a verse in the Bible from John 10:10. It says, the evil one has come to steal, kill, and destroy. But I have come, that's the Lord, I have come that you'd have life and have it abundantly. One of the key ways that I believe that Satan tries to get us focused on things that are not of the Lord, and so that we can be killed, steal, so he can steal, kill, and destroy from us, is for us to focus on our feelings. Feelings are not factual. And again, what it's saying here and what this chapter really spoke to me is that, doing the familiar, doing the habitual, it feels a lot more comfortable as opposed to doing something new. You've heard the saying, your comfort zone. Most people don't like to get outside their comfort zone because it's uncomfortable. But here's the key here. They're saying the quantum leap strategy calls for changes in your behavior. That's true, but the necessary changes may be safer. The unconventional approach you will need to pursue should not be dangerous, just different. Every day we inhibit ourselves. Instead of risking something new, we're prone to live with the old familiar risk we've been accepting so long that we're oblivious to them. Such an unwillingness to accept another set of risks means we're trapped, hemmed in by habits, presuming we're playing it safe when we're merely avoiding the unfamiliar. So again, the lie is that what it says here, presuming we're playing it safe. Oh, I'm not going to get outside my comfort zone. I'm going to play it safe. No, but really what we're doing is we're just avoiding the unfamiliar. Instead of reaching for what we most want, we often think, I might not be able to reach it. So we guarantee we'll not get it by holding back. Considering that we might not be able to pull it off successfully, we don't even make the attempt. There seems to be some kind of naive psychological safety we find in not trying, as if that insulates us from the discomfort, pain, or embarrassment of falling short in our efforts. It's easy to come up with the excuses. This really spoke to me. It's easy to come up with the excuses for this behavior. Just remember, excuses are the enemy. Excuses are your enemy, my enemy. Excuses are doubts double-crossing you, acting like your friend, your protector, all the while disempowering you and admonishing you to respect your limits. It's your potential that, I love this line, it's your potential, though, that deserves respect and not your self-doubts. Give yourself a chance to prove what you can do. Risk believing in yourself instead of running the risk of wasting your fine potential and all the excellent opportunities that present themselves to you. The surest, listen to this, the surest way to lose is not to try. Now, I'm sure that's not a novel concept, but the question is to ask yourself, for me to ask myself, what is it that I haven't been willing to try because I'm playing it safe? If you really want to minimize the risk of not, got one more page here, a little longer chapter, of not reaching your desires, trying is your only acceptable option. You essentially must go for it. Once again, it's not a choice of whether you'll take a risk. This is key here. It's a choice of which risk you'll accept. See, we're always taking a risk. It's just a question of, are we risking staying where we are, in the familiar, not having what we want in our life, not doing what God called us to do? Or are we going to take a risk and pursue what the Lord calls us to do, even though we may not know how? And that's the lie, is people want to know how, and if they don't know how, then their feelings are, they might be anxious or fearful. So rather than take a risk, they don't act on their feelings. When you choose a different set of risks and go for the quantum leap, you immediately discover that your personal limits are determined primarily by what you're willing to attempt. Let me read that again. You will immediately discover that your personal limits are determined primarily by what you're willing to attempt. Your limits are set by your decisions about where you choose to push or not to push. And your limits change when you require them to change. So you can excuse yourself from pushing, but excuses don't prove anything at all about your true performance limits as a person. Last paragraph here. Looking back over your life, which do you regret more, risks you've taken or risks you've avoided? Our risks of omission usually do more damage than risks of commission. When we shy away from a risk, it grows in its ability to bluff us out. We need to call the bluff today and find the edge of reality in the risk. Self-doubts that go this is powerful. Last two sentences. Self-doubts that go unchallenged grow stronger. Challenge them and you grow stronger. Where's the logic in not trying because you might not succeed, when in not trying you guarantee failure? Last question. Which excuses do you need to give up in order to make the quantum leap? Which excuses do I need to give up in order to make a quantum leap? The two for me, I'll just share these with you. And these are old. I don't know where they came from, but it's really important to know the lies of the enemy. And the first one for me is I don't have enough time. And the second one is I don't have enough money. So maybe you have some of one of those or both of those or something else, doesn't matter. Maybe it's I'm not experienced enough, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too whatever, right? So discover whatever those lies are, and then find out what God's word says that's the truth. Okay. So what the Lord's shown me is that I have all the time that I need. I have all the money that I need, provided that I'm being obedient to God's leading and his prompting. If I'm not being obedient, if I'm wasting my time scrolling on social media or not doing what I'm supposed to be doing at work or whatever, then yeah, I won't have enough time or I won't have enough money. But I have all that I need from the Lord, provided that I'm being obedient to follow his lead. I pray this blesses you. Please share in the comment section somewhere there what's the most valuable thing you got out of this, and what are you going to commit to do differently to pursue your quantum leap. God bless you.